children, good morning. Welcome back to our English classroom. Let me ask you one question. Are you really enjoying your virtual classes? I know that all of us are missing our school, our friends, our classrooms, teachers, and our lunchtime with our friends. Am I correct? Yes, of course. And we have already lost many days, and it won't come back. Whatever we lost, it won't come back. So dear children, don't worry. We shall overcome all these miserable conditions, and we shall stand up against all these miseries and sorrows. Dear children, today I am going to discuss with you a beautiful and a meaningful poem from our textbook First Flight. The name of the poem is The Ball Poem. The Ball Poem, written by John Berryman. John Berryman, he was born on 1914 and died on 1972. He was an American poet and scholar. He was a major figure in American poetry in the second half of the 20th century and is considered a key figure in the confessional school of poetry. What is this confessional school of poetry? It is a group of poets who worked hard to reform American poetry during 1950s. And his best known work is the Dream Songs. Before moving towards the poem, I just want to give you an introduction about this. Through this poem, the poet has described the reality of life, which everyone has to face one day. He has touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. Dear children, now move towards the poem. This poem contains 18 lines. First, I just want to discuss with you the poem, line by line explanation, and the meaning, and poetic devices, message, summary, and some questions and answers. Dear children, just look at this poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over, there it is in the water. The poet tells us about a boy who has lost his ball. The poet wants to know about his reaction. He's very sad. The poet asks a question. What is the boy now? What he will do now? Because who already lost his ball. The poet has seen the ball was going merrily, very happily, bouncing, jumping up and down in the street, and finally it fell into the nearby water. The boy is very sad. What he will do? Now just look at the next lines. No use is to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now just look at the new words. Grief, that means sorrow. Rigid means fixed. Trembling means shaking. And harbor, that you know, is a port. The poet tells us that there is no use. There is no use in consoling him by telling that, oh, there are other balls. And he was completely covered with sad or grief, sorrow. And he is looking at the river where his ball went. Actually, all his sweet memories, all his young days, all his childhood days fell into the river with that ball. That is why the boy was very sad. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball, it is worthless. Now he senses his first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. At this point, the poet feels that it would be wrong to go up to the boy and tell him that, oh, there are other balls. And giving him some money, a dime, that means it's a US dollar, 10 cents. Giving him some money to buy him other balls, another ball. It is worthless now, because all his memories are there in the water. And now giving him some money, it is worthless. Now he is undergoing a transformation. The boy is undergoing a transformation. What is that? Now he senses his first responsibility. What is his responsibility? The ball. That was his first responsibility. The poet used that word, first responsibility. That means in his life, it is the first time he lost something. Now the poet realizes his responsibility in his life. The poet tells that in this world, people always take our belongings, our balls, that means our belongings. Whatever we own in this world, that is our responsibility to take care. Now he learns that responsibility. In this world, everyone will take away our belongings and no one buy a ball back. Money, it is an external thing. With money, we can show off, but we can't buy our sweet memories. Dear children, that is about these lines. Dear children, now just look at the last lines of this poem. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of laws, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know and must know many days how to stand up. Now just look at the new words. Desperate means hopeless. Epistemology, that means it's a Greek word. Epistem means knowledge. And now the boy is learning an important lesson. Behind his desperate, behind his hopeless eyes, he is learning a lesson. What is that lesson? That is the epistemology of laws, the knowledge of laws. In this world, we will lose our belongings. And every man must know about it one day. That is the lesson the boy learned from this laws. And knowing what every man must one day know and must know many days how to stand up. Every man must know how to stand up against all these miseries and sorrows. And behind the hopeless eyes, the boy is also learning that important lesson in his life. Now just look at the rhyme scheme of this poem. And there is no rhyme scheme for this poem. Look at the poetic devices. First one, in the first stanza, it is anaphora. What is anaphora? That means the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses, successive lines. Here, what and merely, it is repeating in the nearby lines. That is why it is anaphora. Next is alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of consonant sounds in nearby words. Here, verbal sound is what, verbal sound is repeating, balls, b sound is repeating, and buys a ball back, b sound, it is also repeating. Another one is repetition. Repetition means a repetition of word or phrases in the same line. Here, what, it is repeating, balls, it is also repeating in the same line, that is repetition. And the second stanza, the poet uses the word ball. Here the poetic device is symbolism. What is symbolism? It's a figure of speech where an object, person or situation has another meaning other than its literal meaning. Okay, here the poet symbolizes, or the poet means by the word balls. He symbolizes the word with the boy's innocent or childhood days. The ball symbolizes the poet's innocent or childhood days. So dear children, that is about poetic devices. Now just look at the message of this poem, as we already discussed. The poem John Berryman gives a very positive message. Gain and loss, getting and losing are the essentials in the cycle of life. One should learn epistemology of the knowledge and nature of the laws. Our childhood, with all its attachments and sweet memories, has gone forever, never to come back again. We should not weep over the losses that we have suffered. Let us learn to live and moving ahead in life, forgetting all inconsolable losses. That is the message of this poem. Now just look at the summary that we already discussed. The poet tells us about a boy who has lost his ball, and the poet who is not offering him another ball because the poet wants this boy to learn an important lesson of his life. Dear children, I hope all of you have understood this poem. Now just look at the questions and answers from this poem. First question: what is the epistemology of laws in this world of possessions? How has the child learned to stand up in life? Okay, the answer is third, that we already discussed. Next question: why is it important for everyone to experience laws and to stand up after it? Okay. Now just look at the other question that you have to find out the answers. First question: he senses first responsibility. What responsibility is referred to here? Next question: do you think the boy has lost anything earlier? Pick out the words that suggest the answer. Next question: what was the effect of the loss of ball on the boy? Next: money is external. What does the poet mean by this expression? Last question: have you ever lost something you liked very much? Write a paragraph describing how you felt then and saying whether and how you got over your loss. That is your questions that you have to find out the answers. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.